Ramakatha Rasavahini, Prema Sudhamritavahini, Sathya Sanatani Dharma Swarupini, Shanti Pradayini Mokshakarini, Ramakatha Rasavahini, Ramakatha Rasavahini.
Sai Ram, everyone. We will start the study circle with 3 Omkarams. Om. 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 Sai Ram. Just to recollect where we are, the study of Ramakatha Rasavahini. On the English version of the Ramakatha Rasavahini, we are in the 5th chapter. Sri Rama and the brothers have completed their studies at the ashram of sage Vasishta. They learned whatever they were given very quickly, to the astonishment of everyone. And as sage Vasishta said, he had never seen anyone who was able to study the way Sri Rama studied. He said not only seen, he has not even heard about it or read about it. And when King Dasharatha visited the ashram one day, sage Vasishta said, they have studied, all the brothers have studied. You will have to take them away now and train them on other skills which a king needs to have. And of course, the King Dasharatha was overjoyed. So that's where we are. I think we will just read the same slide which we saw last time, the last slide, and then if there's anything anyone would like to discuss, we can discuss, else we can proceed. Okay, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Yes, Sai Ram. Wait 1 second. Yes.
I can tell you of many more superhuman achievements of your son Maharaja. When I think of my good fortune in securing these boys as my pupils, I feel it is the reward of asceticism I practiced so long. They need learn nothing further. They have now to be trained in bowmanship and archery and similar skills appropriate for royal princes. They have completed their studies under me and become efficient in all that I can teach. The day too is very auspicious. Take them back with you to the palace. At this, Dasharatha, who was afflicted for months with pain of separation, shed tears of joy. He could not contain his delight. He turned towards the minister by his side and directed him to convey the good news to the queens and ask them to come over to the hermitage with the offerings that the pupils have to present to their preceptor while leaving his custody. Sumantra proceeded very fast to the palace and communicated the news. He got ready the gifts and returned quicker than anticipated.
Thank you very much, Uncle. So I will pause here. If anyone would like to discuss any of the points here from last week, we could. I don't know whether there was any. Yes, Sister Brenda, please go ahead.
Sai Ram brother. So, why the avatarhood is different from Rama Avataram to Sathya Sai. Like Swami declared that he want to start his mission on his 14th. He was 14 years of age. Unlike he, everyone understood his divinity, but in Rama Avatar, wasn't like that, isn't it? Only Sage Vashishta was able to know that he's divine.
Oh, thank you, sister. I will open up the question to everyone, whoever would like to comment on this, the differences between Sri Rama Avatara and Swami's Avatar, and the fact that, not too many recognize the divinity of Sri Rama. If anyone would like to comment on it, Sai Ram.
Like actually,
Yes.
Swami said, right, that he has to his mission starts and all those things, right? So, but in Rama Avatar, it wasn't like that. And why is the difference?
Okay, thank you very much, sister. So maybe no one is volunteering. Maybe I will start the discussion. I think Swami has spoken about various avatars during some of the discourses on Sri Krishna, on Krishnashtami Day or Ramanavami Day. Swami has touched upon this topic. Ideally, if you can read some of those discourses, some of the answers will be clear. Some of the topics will be clear. But I will try to summarize this to the best of my ability. Each avatar has a particular purpose to accomplish something at a particular point in time, depending on the state of affairs of the world. And various avatars, if we look at the Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, there are numerous avatars. Generally people only talk about the 10 avatars. But Srimad Bhagavatam talks about various avatars. I think it almost hundreds and over also, I would say. And that itself is not exhaustively covering all the avatars. I think that's a reality. And each avatar takes upon themselves to perform something, but ultimately all of them would like to re-establish Dharma, protect the good, punish the wicked, reawaken Sanatana Dharma. These are some of the it's a common purposes for all the avatars, and whatever is required, they do. Sri Rama's divinity was not recognized the way Swami has declared. Sri Rama did not declare throughout his avatarhood, but he was recognized as divine by many sages and even others like Sri Hanuman and so on, Shabari. These are certain examples of devotees who recognize his divinity. Their avatars performed also at a very young age. You should understand, when Sri Rama went to Janaka's Mithila. Ahalya was, he brought back Ahalya to life. So there were many situations, and there were people who had recognized that Sri Rama was divine. But to think that even though Swami has declared that he's divine, I don't know whether all of us have really recognized his divinity and are living as people who know that there's avatar who has come and from whom we can learn. It's only maybe very handful of people who want to dedicate their life, forgetting the world, to pursue spirituality. That's a reality. Even though, we may say that, Swami is divine and, he's an avatar, we do not necessarily conduct our lives as if something priceless which we have found. So even though the information is there, I don't know the full understanding has dawned on all of us. I think that's why we are also trying to see whether make the best of the situation. So I think in Sri Ram Avatar, if he had declared, I think it would have been a different story. But now Swami has declared of 6 billion people, I don't know how many people are recognizing Swami as divine. So I will just leave it at that. If anyone else would like to comment, inside. Yes, Brother Narendra, please go ahead.
Brother, you have raised a very fundamental point, is, Swami did declare himself, as avatarhood, but how many people are following to what we need to do once we have accepted the avatarhood? That's the key point. And of course, there is a very, very small percent of the people who have who even know of the concept of avatarhood, but even those who know, who follow on or live thereafter on the basis of what is expected of a follower, of a devotee, once you come to know that somebody, some person or some individual is an avatar. So it's a very important point. I think we can talk on that for some time and see how we can make, understand that concept and spread that message to at least to those who say and believe that Swami is an avatar. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Yes, Sister Vani, please go ahead.
Sai Ram, brother. So I remember reading it in Sathya Sai, I think Satyam Shivam Sundaram. There was a question about, other avatars like Rama or Krishna. They came with weapons, like Rama came with a bow and arrow, Krishna came with chakra, but Swami didn't come with a weapon. And the reason is that Swami came to do the upadesham, like for us to teach the humanity, the human values, and to realize the divinity. I think that also could be something that we could learn, the difference between Rama Avatar and that thing that was the status of Treta Yuga versus Kali Yuga.
Okay, thank you very much, Sister Vani. Yes, Brother Shankar.
Sai Ram. My thinking is one of the boon given to Ravana was that he will be killed by a human being, not by God or any other superpower. So there is a very big reason why Rama did not reveal his divinity, because the purpose of the avatar is that he, as a human being, has to show the Dharma to kill the adharma and then show the Dharma to the people. I think that's one of the reasons why he did not reveal the divinity.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. Anyone else would like to comment? I think Brother Dr. Narendra Reddy also has very nicely discussed. I think how we can live as followers, and what does it mean to recognize that Swami is divine? What should it do to our life? Should we live like anyone else in the world, or should we live slightly differently? I think these are questions we can ask. But I think initially, at least, if we can do something which Swami has asked us to do, and by reading Ramakatha Rasavahini, we will see many examples and many things, many actions which we have to follow in our own daily life, and our conduct, how it should be properly managed and controlled with discipline and with love and so on, with compassion also. I think those are things which we will learn to hopefully we will improve to be a devotee of Swami, whom we have recognized as an avatar. So Sister Brinda, I think each, as Sister Vani said, Swami's primary approach was to teach, Upadesham. I think as she said, Swami said he has brought the sword of love rather than any other weapon. So I think that's what Swami has said. And I think one of the reasons he said, Swami has said that he can't bring a weapon because in the past, good people was, separate. Bad people were separate. But today, everyone is a mixer. So he does. So what he is doing is the best way to reform the world. I think that's what Swami has said. So I will stop there. If anyone else would like to comment on anything.
Sai Ram, Uncle, can I just clarify a couple of minor points?
Yes.
I think in one of the previous slides, we were discussing that their guru was somebody other than Vashishta.
Yes.
But so is it here saying that it is Vashishta? Who is it, or would it be Vashishta would have had other people who would have also been teaching them?
So that's what it comes through. I will ask others also. Vasishtha may not teach all the subjects at all the times. He may use others to instruct Sri Rama, all the brothers in various subjects. I think that's the way the ashrams are generally conducted. And the guru, and there are senior disciples who teach the others. Actually, that's a very apparently it is even documented. That kind of system was prevalent in India before the Britishers came. If you go to a school or a Gurukulam, generally the senior students will be teaching the junior students, and things like that. So I think it must have been a similar system. And of course, Sage Vasishtha would have overseen the education process, is what I understand. I will open it up to others to comment also.
And the other minor point I just wanted to clarify was I think it said that Dasharatha was pained having been separated for many months. So did that mean they completed all their studies within the course of several months?
I don't know, Auntie. In Telugu, how does it say, Auntie? Can you?
Where do you want me to?
Dasharatha, he says he was so happy. And Vasishtha Takshaname Putra Vyogamato Bhada Nandunjuna Dasharathudu Ananda Part like it's Kalyani. There's months are not mentioned there. Okay, I will just.
Okay.
Auntie can just.
ఈనాడు ముహూర్తము కూడాను మంచిదిగా ఉన్నది. వచ్చిన తమరు ఒకే పరి పుత్రులను వెంట పెట్టుకుని వెళ్ళుట మంచిది అని వశిష్ఠుల వారు సెలవీయగానే తక్షణమే పుత్ర వియోగముతో బాధ నొంచుచున్న దశరథుడు ఆనందమును పట్టలేక నేత్రముల నుండి బిందువులు జలజల రాలి ప్రక్కనే ఉన్న సుమనితో తెలిపి. That's what she wanted, there.
Yeah, so she asked whether there are many months. Swami has not given any months or years. So
okay.
Any time limit.
Yeah. It's a good good catch. Sometimes some of the translations, can be a bit confusing or misleading because of this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Sister Vani, please go ahead.
Sai Ram, brother, I know the previous Friday we discussed about Narayana, and it was towards the end of the class. You said, there's a lot to talk about and we'll talk following week, but last week we missed it. I don't know if there is anything you think that we should know.
Okay, I think Sai Satish had briefly mentioned about Narayana. If anyone else would like to comment on Narayana. Yes, maybe I will comment. Swami has spoken in a few discourses, sister, about Narayana concept in detail, and of course he has referred to it many more times. I think what Swami says is God, when he comes down, he always comes as pair. He comes, an avatar also takes place. He will also bring human beings who will be his devotees, or who will complement the work of the avatar. So the original pair, Nara and Narayana, is actually God and his creation of man. So Nara is actually man, God is Narayana. So when we say Nara, actually it is not one individual, it is collectively human, the creation. What God has created is Nara. So the reality is, in this world, when both of them are functioning in a harmonious, complementary way, the world will be a peaceful place. Actually, the avatarhood comes only to make sure that the Nara continues to be Nara, the ideal human being. But the story is about the penance which Nara and Narayana performed to kill the Sahasra Kavacha, or the one who has 1,000 armors, which had to be broken, and that's the only way to kill, which also signifies the amount of covers which we are covered with, the avarana, or that which covers us. So that has to be, there's a human effort is needed, and God's help is also needed. So that is the back and forth between a Nara, human effort, and then God's grace. Human effort and God's grace. And the effort is thousandfold, 1,000 lifetimes, so thousands of years. So I think that is what it signifies. And Swami says, Swami always has quoted, if Krishna was Narayana, Arjuna was Nara, things like that. So whenever there is a interaction between a devotee and God on this world, that there the Nara Narayana concept comes into being. So in here also Swami has mentioned about Rama and Lakshmana as Nara and Narayana and Nara. So Lakshmana is an ideal Nara, so I think we were just talking about if we know that God is avatar, Swami is avatar, we should live like Lakshmana. Ideal is Lakshmana, he was willing to give everything up just to serve the Lord and to be with the Lord from childhood, so they are the ideal examples of a Nara who has recognized divine at some level. So I think, so I will stop here. I mean, we can just continue on. I'm sure there will be enough instances where Swami will refer during our study circles, so we can go revisit that. So I hope that it's good enough summary for now. I hope.
Yes, thank you, brother.
I think we will continue on. Yes, Uncle Gopalan.
Meanwhile, the boys had their belongings packed at the suggestion of Vasishtha, and the articles were loaded into the chariot. As directed by their father, the children worshipped the Guru according to the prescribed ceremonial, gave him the gifts, and fell at his feet asking his permission to leave for home. Vasishtha drew the boys to his side, pressed their heads, and patted them on their heads. He blessed them and most unwillingly allowed them to leave. The pang of separation brought tears in his eyes. He walked up to the chariot with his pupils. The boys ascended the vehicle and it moved away. They turned back towards the Guru and looked in the direction with folded palms for a long distance. The preceptor too stood at that place, his cheeks wet and with tears. Dasharatha noted this bond between the teacher and the pupils. He was greatly pleased. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Uncle. Auntie, shall we read?
Sai Ram. అంతలో పిల్లలను పిలిపించి తమ తమ సామానులు సిద్ధము చేసుకోమని గురువు ఆజ్ఞ చేసెను.
The Guru called the pupils, children, and told them that they should get their belongings ready.
అన్నియు సిద్ధముగా చేసి రథమునకు పంపిరి.
They got everything ready and then sent them to the chariot.
తండ్రి ఆజ్ఞను అనుసరించి రామలక్ష్మణ భరత శత్రుఘ్నులు గురు పూజ చేసి కానుకలందించి నమస్కరించి గృహమునకు వెళ్ళటకు ఆజ్ఞను కోరిరి.
So as instructed by the father, the children Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata and Shatrughna, they performed worship to the Guru and they gave him the gifts and they bowed down to him and asked him permission to go home.
టు టీచ్ హోమ్. మహర్షి ఆ పిల్లలను తన హస్తములో చేర్చుకొని శిరస్సులను ముద్దాడి ఆశీర్వదించి వాళ్ళను విడలేక కన్నులు నీరు తిరుగ ఎటులనో పొంగివచ్చు. సారీ ఇట్స్ టూ మచ్. తన హస్తములో చేర్చుకొని శిరస్సులను ముద్దాడి.
So Sage Vasishta, with his hand he hugged them or hastam means held them in the hands.
Held them together.
Held them with his hands.
ఆశీర్వదించి.
And he patted their heads and he blessed them.
వారులను వీడలేక కన్నులు నీరు తిరుగా.
Unable to part with them, his eyes teared.
ఎటులనో పొంగివచ్చు దుఃఖము సరికట్టుకొని.
The sorrow, sadness which bubbled up in him, he somehow controlled it.
సెలవిచ్చెను.
He granted them leave.
అంత పిల్లలు గురువు గారితో రథము వరకు వచ్చిరి.
Then the children along with the Guru came to the chariot.
అందరూ రథములో ఆసీనులైరి.
All of them took their seats in the chariots.
రథము కదలెను.
The chariots moved.
పిల్లలు హస్తములు జోడించి గురువునకు నమస్కరించుచు.
The children folded their hands and they were bowing down to the Guru.
వారు కూడాను కంటిదారులు కొర్చిరి.
They also shed tears.
అది చూచి దశరథుడు గురు శిష్యుల సంబంధమును అర్థము చేసుకొని.
The king Dasharatha noticed this and he understood the relationship between the Guru and the Shishyas or the disciples.
తనలో తాను ఆనందించుచు భవనము చేరిరి.
He was overjoyed within himself and reached home.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, thank you. Sai Ram, everyone. So I think it was very moving description of Swami, of the separation of the student from the teacher. I will just open it up for discussions, Sai Ram. Yes, Sister Vani, please go ahead.
Sai Ram, brother. So does that show that the Guru has attachment on his pupils? Like, is that a good thing, or is it this attachment is towards the divine aspect of them? All of them, they had some answer.
Very nice question, sister. Was the Guru attached to the disciples? Were the disciples attached to the Guru? I think that's the question. I've added, sister, to your question. But I will open it up for discussions. No one is, I think everyone is detached, it looks like. Yes, Brother Shankar, please go ahead.
Sai Ram, I think the reason behind Sage Vasishta moving is because he could identify Rama as a divine soul and as God, and probably he is feeling that he will be missing the divinity in the ashram since they have graduated and moving back to palace, and that's one of the reasons why he is emotionally shown his feelings.
Thank you very much, Shankar. Yes, Sai Satish, please go ahead.
Sai Ramana. So if we see on one hand the Guru is shedding tears, the other hand the disciples are shedding tears, and then it extends to that line where it says that left a lasting impact on Dasharatha, seeing that kind of a Guru-Shishya relationship. So at that point in time, there are two aspects. One is, of course, what happens at how the disciple and Guru interact, but what it also sets a precedence for others, even as they watch, to what purity that relationship can be. It can be talked in terms of a physical attachment, or if we go beyond that, it also comes down to how a Guru and Shishya relationship should be, like how one should, the intensity of that relationship and the purity behind it can also be understood. We know that Vashishta is Brahma Rishi, but we also know that he has been waiting for Lord Rama's birth, not for one generation, two generations. He's been waiting for so many generations, right from the time of when Dilipa's, that whole episode happens. He's waiting and waiting. And now, having got that, like Swami would also say, Chikkinasaini Vakkale ka chakka chesukundi. Like in terms of what you have got, you should not waste it even for a fraction of a second, and savor it to the full. So all of that weight, he got it with Lord Rama and his brothers being in that. So having savored it, we could see it as tears of separation, or we could see how he is also savoring that joy even as it, because he knows that now what he has will be those memories that go on. So one is, you can see the journey of how a Brahma Rishi is, but at the same time the physicality of how things are, but a broader level as to how the onlookers can also enjoy the sweetness of that relationship.
Thank you very much, Sai Satish. Yes, Rohit.
Sai Ram, uncle. So I think if you look at it, I mean, there is two different aspects, like 2 point of views here. One is from the point of view of what Lord Rama and Swami is trying to tell us. That is the Guru Shishya relationship. And the other point of view is from the Guru's point of view, that is Sage Vashishta. I mean, starting first with Lord Rama's point of view, I think, I mean, if you think about it, without a guru, without the guidance of a guru, the entire, throughout our scriptures and Puranas, everywhere you see, whenever the Lord has come down, the Lord has always had a preceptor, Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, Lord Dattatreya, everywhere. So I think it's a message that in this Maya, it's impossible without the guidance of a guru to come out of the shell of ignorance. And that's why Swami also established that kind of education system where it's where there is a strong relationship between the preceptor and the student, and how there must be so much respect. So Swami re-established that dharma again. And from the point of view of Sage Vashishta, I think as Sage Vashishta already knew that Lord Rama was already the avatar, I think he was just amazed and felt fortunate at the same time that he was getting the opportunity to play the role of the guru to the entire master of the universe. So I think that's where um, he kind of had the tears of joy and also the sadness at the same time that that experience has come to an end. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Rohit. Yes, Sitaram.
Sai Ram, I think very nice question, Sister Vani. I think I'm just adding to what Satishana was mentioning. I had similar thoughts where I see as a guru is more like a parent for a child when the child is a disciple. So, Bhatru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. So, when the children are going to Guru, parents send them with the faith that Guru would take care even more than parents from every angle. So, Guru is equivalent to a parent here. And from that sense, I think though Vasishta is a Jnani who knows about this avatarhood, he has demonstrated how a guru should develop their love towards their disciples as their own children. So when a parent is separated from a child, there would be some pangs of separation, and they feel that from their heart. I think that is being shown. It also reminds me of, I'm sure, all the devotees who have seen Swami. Also, I think we would be reminded of days where Swami used to become very emotional when we used to take gratitude cards to Swami. So many a times, every year when we go with a gratitude card, the outgoing batches, we just tell Swami we have completed our studies here and we are moving out, and Swami would start crying and he would ask us, Elipotanara, are you going? Are you coming back again? All such kinds of emotions were displayed by Swami, which made us believe that, oh my God, we cannot leave this Swami. We have to come back because he needs us. That was the amount of affection he showed physically, just to, I think, demonstrate how an avatar is. It is very easy for us to fall prey to this Maya, where we can think that Swami is just like us. He's so attached to us. There are so many boys who are close to Swami, and when they're leaving, Swami would cry. The next day, he wouldn't even talk about them, right? So I think all these actions, every avatar, when they come to the earth, I think like I think Bhagavatavani, somewhere Swami would have mentioned this, where he tells that he walks amongst you, he talks with you, he breathes the same air as you, and he laughs with you, but all the while he's aware that he is God, while we still continuously forget that he's God. I think I'll stop there, but I think those days where Swami was crying for us was reminded as she was asking this. Silent.
Thank you, Sitaram. Anyone else has something to share? Yes, Bina.
Sai Ram, I just want to mention in today's time that being in a school, working in a school, and even I have a lot of experience, seen even others, that the bond between teacher and student is very unique when the student is having a morale, very receptive, very bright, very disciplined. So all the character when you see in today's student, even it's the same kind of feelings the teacher has when it goes and cherish so much the memory and things like that. I really wanted to say that. So I can understand Parthi boys, Parthi students and Swami at the same time. And I can also understand Vasishta Guru and Vinda Rama, what painful it is that the Narayan himself was there and going. But let's not forget today's that today it is also that sometimes an intensity is still there in the school when the very dharmic, adhyatmic, moral kind of a student is there, we still have that same feeling. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Bina. Thank you. Yes, Sister Aruna.
Sai Ram, brother. The tears of the preceptor is wet with tears and all. Is with the attachment or something else? That we have to understand, right?
Yes.
Attachment towards the Lord is okay, but anything else, I'm trying to understand what that is a real feeling here. Is an attachment? I don't think it's an attachment. It's some kind of other feeling. So just wanted to understand a little more on that. Thank you, Sarah.
Sai Ram, sister. Thank you. Yes, Rohit.
I have a question, Uncle.
Mhm.
Is it possible to progress spiritually or attain moksha without the presence of a guru and only by self-effort?
Only by?
Only by self-effort.
Okay, yes. Yeah, we can discuss that. Briefly, I would say, but yeah, we will discuss. No problem. Thank you. Thanks for the question. Anyone else? So maybe I will to answer Sister Vani's question, and of course, Sister Aruna has again identified some certain salient points which Sister Vani brought up. I think the first, I think which others have, everyone has spoken about, why that pang of separation, why that the love, etc. I think Sister Vani's question was twofold. I think one is, were they really sad? Okay, and if sadness exists, isn't there attachment? I think those are the two questions which we have to deal with. I think first, let me look at attachment and speak about it. Attachment is inability to let go. Attachment is an inability to let go of something when the appropriate thing to do is to let go. Okay. So the thing is, you should see Sage Vasishtha, when they woke up that day morning, the idea of the brothers leaving was not even there. Sage Vasishtha was the one who told the father, take the children away now, because they have learned everything they have learned. Because that was the appropriate thing to do. He didn't say, I want to hold on to the boys. I will teach them archery. I also know how to do, He also, Vasishtha himself was a great archer. He also, if he wants to wage war, he can. But he has enough people who can teach. But he felt that his job was done and the children had to leave. And the children also left the same day. They were just told, you are leaving. Both of them left. So that means there was no attachment. They were always in a state of detachment. That means they were able to let go instantly. I think that we have to get clear. Then the second aspect, why were emotions involved? I think generally people think if somebody is detached, they don't have emotions. See, at the physical level, physical pain is a natural phenomenon. If somebody hits somebody, there will be pain. If something gets cut, there will be pain. Whether it's a jnani, whether it's a yogi, whether it's an avatar, everyone will have physical pain. Nothing to do with it. But how they deal with that is what determines whether a person is attached to the body or detached to the body. Same way in the mental plane, emotional experience is common for everyone. Whether it's avatar, whether it's human being or Devams, Sambhutas, Rishis, all of them. But the thing is, how you deal with that is what matters. We should not think of someone who is detached means the person is feelingless, emotionless, doesn't have any compassion, sense of love, nothing. They have. That's why in the Telugu, Swami says, Arikatti. Even though he had that, he knew how to manage it, control it. manage it. I think this is what they are showing. So Rama and the brothers also had feelings. Sage Vasishta also had feelings. But they said, this is the right thing to do. Let's do it. Cut and dry, as they say, So that is what shows they were always present to the moment, and they were very clear why we are alive and what we have to do. And I think they demonstrated, and Swami is nicely describing. And all of us, I am also, when Sita Ram spoke, when I left Parthi, also, it was such a emotional time. But Swami, I'm sure Swami also equally, because he also invests in people emotionally also. So I think, but he has to do the other things. There are hundreds and thousands waiting for him. So, and I think Mani Auntie is the best one. Maybe she can sing a couple of songs, which they used to sing whenever they used to leave Parthi, which Swami himself taught, I think. If Auntie is up to it, I will.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
It's not only true with the students who left
Yes.
the university or Swami's the education institutions, but it was so true even with the devotees.
Yes.
Earlier days, when we used to visit Parthi, we would stay there for a longer time, and then while leaving, Swami would call all of us into the interview room, and then he would ask us to sing that farewell song, Kaliyugamuna Butti, Mahimala Chupeti, Swami Vidichi Poja.
Auntie, can you sing, no?
Please sing, please sing.
Okay. కలియుగమున బుటి మహిమల చూపిటి స్వామిని విడచి పోజాలా ఎన్నాళ్ళుండిన విడనాడుటకే బాధగనున్నదే సాయిషా బాధగనున్నదే పర్తీషా. Is enough, no?
Yes, Auntie. Thank you very much, Auntie.
That was Swami used to shed tears also. Sometimes he would come out and then wave with his handkerchief for a long time when we left that shores of Chitravati, and then we used to go in bullock cart. He would stand outside. So it was human emotion, or it was not attachment, I think, as you say. It was any Rishi, any avatar, anybody, I think, has got that emotional aspect as a human being. That I think he was showing. So a kind of relationship was built with the devotees also, like how you students built up a relationship with Swami. We also had a kind of relationship with as our Mata, Pita, Guru, everything. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I think we should very clearly understand the emotion and detachment and what each one is. Yes, I will. Sanjay, please go ahead, Sanjay.
Sai Ram, Auntie, thanks for singing. What is Badaga Unnade? What is that word, please?
Badaga Unnade. It's painful. Bada. Badaga Unnade Saisha. It's very painful, Swami, to leave you. Okay?
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you. Yes, Kalyani, please go ahead.
So when we're talking about Swami shedding tears as people are leaving, I mean, here it says Vashishta did experience dukkam, but would Swami wouldn't have experienced sorrow, I presume. And I'm just brought to mind a story. I think Brother Sai Satish narrated in another study circle about how, some close family member had passed away of Swami. And then when I think Professor Kasturi had gone in and met Swami for the first time after this family member passed away, Swami was so completely unaffected by it. So I guess is Swami shedding those tears in order to bring out some emotion in us?
Okay. Sai Ram, Kalyani. So I think the question, I will open it up. I think people will, think twice before answering, I guess. But if anyone would like to share your thoughts. Was Swami feeling the emotion? I think that's the question you asked. Was Swami feeling sad? Um, yes, Sai Satish, please go ahead.
Sai Ram. I think we also discussed another incident where Swami said, Noppi undi gani badaledu. There is pain, but there is no suffering. So pain at the level of the body was there, but there was no suffering at the level of the mind. So in the case where Kasturi Garu asked Swami, Swami said, in fact, if there's no life and death happening, how will I pass my time? That's how Swami says at that point in time. And I think if we see, again, we can invoke several aspects to this, but if I see, we can say from the physicality of things, how Swami was when that incident happened versus what Sita Ram was saying on Swami shedding tears. Per the body and all of that, you can see how the physicality of things were for Swami, whether that was a relatively young Swami and this is old Swami. I'm talking purely in terms of the body. I'm not talking about in terms of the mind. The realm of the mind, Swami stayed, from my understanding again, the realm of the mind and the Atman always established on who Swami was. That always stayed constant. But the physicality of things, how it evolved, would have shown how Swami would have gone with the course of the how the body functions as you age and things of that kind in terms of how we generally respond to things and so on. But always the essence of it stayed that it was pain at the level of the body and no suffering at the level of the mind. So I would say that's what the essence always stayed, though how the physicality of things and how it got portrayed on the outside could have varied based on what played out in different scenarios.
Thank you very much, Sai Satish. So the Kalyani, physically Swami felt pain. Mentally also Swami felt pain. Mental pain is called dukkha. But the thing is, as Sai Satish said, Swami was aware at the Atmic level that I am Atma. So the thing is, even though the worldly phenomenon is observed by the Jnani or Swami as a witness and also experienced at that, whether it's a physical or the mental plane, they never let go of their full understanding and the identification with the Atma. So what happens is it does not bring pull them down. It does not interfere with their functioning. At sometimes, for example, sometimes Swami may laugh of something, a mental pain or physical pain. Sometimes the physical pain may, be, as Isaac said, when Swami, the body aged, some of the, expressions of the mind, emotions was pretty open. So I think that was a natural phenomenon. But even though Swami experienced certain emotions, he was fully under control. It can be stopped at will, and it can be contained. And I think as an avatar, when the Lord takes on, he will take human aspects as well. That's the whole idea. Sri Rama cried. When Lakshmana fell down I think we will come across. When Sita was taken, Sri Rama cried. But the same Sri Rama told Sita, you can leave if you wish. So the thing is, they were able to function at all levels. They were functioning at the Atmic level equally or more so than the physical or the mental. But it was not as if they did not have the mental and physical elements in their, in their coming down to earth. I think that's my understanding. I hope that answers your question, because Swami was superhuman because he identified with the Atman, but at the same time he was also a human, and he had all the aspects of every human being. And I think that also demonstrates to us how do we live in this world when we have human experience. I think there is, a divine being having a human experience versus a human being having a divine experience. Okay, so he had a human experience, but he was a divine being. So I will stop at that. I hope I didn't dwell on too much. Yes, Sanjay, please go ahead.
Sai Ram, I would just add one other thing. This is, the question. These questions can, can lead one down a rabbit hole. But in context, what kind of Swami he would be if he did not express his emotions? Take, for example, when Swami cuts a cake, when a primary school boy brings a cake and Swami cuts it and eats it, he smiles, he laughs. We do not ask, why did Swami laugh? Did Swami enjoy the cake so much? Or when, many of us would have seen that sports meet photographs and videos where Swami is laughing so hard, he's literally falling out of his chair in the early days in the 1980s. We would never ask, why is Swami laughing? Is he really enjoying this? Or is he, at what level is he enjoying this? Emotions are part of the human form with the mind that's, is come down with. We don't question why Swami had lunch. We don't question why Swami had dinner with us. Can we ask the question, was Swami hungry? Does Swami feel hungry? Of course, the body feels hungry. So I think the question maybe takes or has a different or can be understood in a different perspective. When we look at the positive things that we want Swami to do, we make prasadam at home in our altar and offer to Swami with the hope that Swami will eat it. Is Swami hungry? Right. So it's the happy and the sad emotions are all part of the form he's taken. That's one thing. Second thing I just wanted to add to Vasishta's thing. Swami talks about the three kinds of prema: Swartha prema, Anyonya prema, and Parartha prema. I think, as Arun, you pointed out very beautifully, when Sage Vashishta woke up in the morning, he didn't probably have, he may have, but at least he was not expecting that the students would, or Rama Lakshmana would be leaving that day. That is Parartha prema, meaning his desire was for them to go and learn other skills that they need for the role that they would be playing in the future, for the benefit of society, for the benefit of humanity. So I think one who can transition from Swartha prema, Swami says, which is like a small lamp in a room, to Anyonya prema, which is also based on a little bit of attachment, except that it's attachment that is beyond ourselves, to a slightly larger circle that involves Anyonya prema. And Swami compares that to moonlight, which can also sometimes lead to delusions. But then the Parartha prema is like sunlight, Swami says, and that's the kind of prema that looks for the benefit of humanity. And I think that's probably what I would say is what is being expressed here between the Guru and the Shishya.
Thank you very much, Sanjay. Thanks. Yes, Sister Bina.
Sai Ram, after listening all these things, what I am understanding and thinking, that never been in Swami student, I wasn't not fortunate for that this life. But when you discuss all these things, what I had a sense that Swami is a mother, very emotional and feel tears in eyes. Swami is father. He says, like how our father says, go and just live and do your duty and just things like that. little form, and but still control. And Swami, as Guru's blessing, says that, his blessing is always there that you will succeed. And Swami, as a Narayan himself, he says that, okay, I can see you wherever you go, you are still with me. So these are the four things just came to my mind. Just wanted to mention this one. You can understand how the mother feeling, father feeling, Guru feeling, and the Narayan himself. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Pina. Thank you. Very nice. Does anyone would like to? Yes, Sai Satish.
Ramana, based on what Auntie Veena was saying, I'm just, I think for whether it is Nara or Narayana, the Nara becomes a common thread, I think, which connects both of them. So whether it is the devotee shedding the tears for the Lord or the Lord shedding the tears for the devotee. So just wanted to add how the Nara part connects the Nara with the Narayana, which is a very interesting. I think in that Nara, both of them dissolve and become one. So just wanted to add that.
Thank you very much. So Naram, Swami says, is water in Sanskrit. Naram also, Swami signifies the Naram which comes from Nayana, from the eyes. So Swami also says Narayana means one who sheds tears when devotees call out him or devotees need him. So as Sai Sati said, that tears is the connection between the Lord and the devotee. The tears which the devotee sheds and the tears which the Lord sheds connect them together in a way, not at the physical level, not at the mental level, at the atmic level. That bond is prema bandham. So very nice. Thank you very much, Sai. So this is a prema bandham of the disciples and the Guru. They are ever connected. To that extent, they are not, they are attached, not at the physical level or the mental level, but at an atmic level. And that's being very well demonstrated here. How to live with certain divine understanding, even as we are human beings experiencing mental and physical experiences of pain and pleasure. Thank you very much. So I think what comes through is, it is not the presence of emotions or absence of them, a presence of physical pain or absence of it. It is the ability to transcend them for betterment, for what is better for the world. As Parartha Prema, as Sanjay nicely put it, for the sake of the world, for the sake of everyone, what is beneficial, they did not neglect. And they were able to transcend their individual experiences of emotions and pain. Very nicely, in these two paragraphs, it makes us all think, very deeply, how do we face sorrow in our own life, and so on. Sai.
Beautiful discussion. Thank you, everyone.
Sai Ram, sister Sai. So shall we read the next slide, if it's okay? We have about 10 minutes or so.
Uncle, I think you were going to address Brother Rohit's questions.
Brother Rohit. Rohit. Okay, do we need a guru? I think that's the question. We will read, we'll discuss that. Okay, we'll pause and we'll discuss. Anyone who would like to say? Rohit had a question. Whether we need a guru for spiritual progress, whether it can be done with self-effort. I think that was his question. So I will stop here. Yes, Sanjay, please go ahead.
I would start by asking, I think it's good to have a clear understanding of what a guru is, and then maybe answer where is that guru, and see where do we seek that guru and who is that guru. Because not necessarily always an external individual. So I think it might be good to maybe first define that based on Swami's definition, Swami's given, and then go based on that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sanjay. So anyone who is responding can also share what Swami has said. A guru is. Thank you. Yes, Sister Vani, please go ahead.
Sai Ram, brother. So I don't know deep enough, but I can attempt.
Yes.
So a guru will make the way easier for the progress. So with the guru, it is easier to progress through the spiritual sadhana and to remove our darkness or the ignorance to move forward. But without a guru, things will be harder. If there is, I think there was something I heard about from Swami or someone else, that if you're going in the darkness and if there is somebody who's showing the way, it's easier to follow and progress, while if you are trying to figure out yourself, and you may fall into places, and you may not get to the destination fast enough or quick enough, or may not be able to reach at all. So that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you very much, Sister Vani. Yes, Sai Satish, please go ahead.
So I think Rohit's question itself has the answer also, because the whole self-effort is to realize the effort is to realize the self. So that way, and that self is the guru ultimately. So what happens is, the mother leads to the father, father leads to the guru, and the guru leads to God. And where is that God? The God is within that individual who is seeking. So the external guru is the one who points to the guru within, which is the self, who is ultimately the one who have we come to realize to be. So that way, do we need a guru, or is it through self-effort? It is only when the self makes the effort does the first step goes on the external, and then when that external connection is made with that guru, then the guru points back on the internal to show who the true self is. So I just wanted to say that guru is the one who ultimately shows one to God. And when we say that the self-effort part, I think that effort, that it's that effort which goes on the outside to connect back on the inside.
Thank you very much. Yes, Rohit.
But brother, how will we know to make that first effort? For example, right now we live in this in the Western Hemisphere where, in North America, everybody knows that material success is the pinnacle goal that everybody has to achieve in this lifetime. That's the principle here. Nothing right or wrong. That is the kind of society that's here. And so, like, for example, in my office, like, they are all making their effort, but they're all making their effort to, let's say, have a nice, luxurious, comfortable life. So their effort is now, unless somebody comes and shows them the path, saying that, hey, it's okay to make this effort in this direction, but you also need to, maybe focus on yourself, on your soul, on your spirit. And, then once you put that effort in, then you might have a chance of meeting God, or, knowing about Swami or any other avatar that may come in the future. But to make that first effort, that first step, isn't guru absolutely necessary? Who else is going to come and point you in the next direction, saying that, hey buddy, look at in that direction, because you're looking in one direction which is completely wrong? So isn't that not at all possible unless you have a guru? Thank you, Sarah.
Very nice question, Rohit. Excellent question. If there's no one, I will start, but if anyone has something, please raise your hand and I will stop. Rohit, you asked the question and you pointed out a few things. Self-effort, even if it's self-effort, what to do? Swami has answered this question in Sandhya Nivarani, and I think in Prema Vahini, if I remember correctly. What Swami says is, in this world, there are so many people posing as gurus. Not all of them are the best. Many of them are there for the wrong reasons. So Swami says, if you are fortunate, you will get the Guru, the good Guru. But for that also some effort is needed. And in the absence of any Guru, don't panic. He says, see, we should see, what does a Guru do? The Guru teaches. So more than the Guru, the teaching is what helps the student. So the teachings of the Lord are already documented. So Swami says, read the scriptures, read Bhagavatam, read Ramayana, read the whatever scriptures you have, and practice them with prayer to the God, pray to God when you don't have a guru, because the book itself or the text itself is a guru, is a representation of the guru. So there is so much we can learn from the text in the absence of a physical guru. And as Swami would say, if you study the text of a particular guru, that guru will one day appear in front of you and teach you. And that is the devotion. That is what devotion will bring that guru. Swami will say, Pratyaksham. He will stand in front of you in flesh and blood, and you can see him face to face. And so I think a guru is needed. In the absence of a guru, the guru's teachings is representing guru. And Swami has just given us so much, but we have to study them with reverence, because those teachings are actually Swami talking to us. Even the words which we read today are actually words of Swami which he had taught. It is just waiting in time and is reaching us today. So we should no one in this world should panic that they don't have a guru, because everyone who professes a faith has a scripture or text which can guide them, and they have somebody who they can pray to. So I think these two will guide everyone. So I think I'm reminded of the talks of Prem Anush. Even if I don't listen to his talk, I always listen to the starting. He says, let's remind ourselves, it's Swami who speaks and the Swami who listens. As I think this what Sai Satish and I think Sanjay also mentioned, it is the Guru is the real Atman within the person who is imparting the teaching. And actually it is reaching the Atman within each of us as a disciple. So ultimately that connection will always there. With the right effort, I think that will come to us. So I will stop there. So another thing is, okay, maybe I will say that also. Generally we use a word called marga, bhakti marga, jnana marga. The marga means people will say it's a path, as in a road or something like that. But if you actually analyze the word marga is a path where mriga walks. So the animals walk, and then they create a path. So that's a well-trodden path is marga. The word mrig means a seeker, someone who seeks. So the thing is, animals seek the prey or food, and then they walk, and they create a path. The same way, seekers in the spiritual world have already walked before us, and they have made, walked along the same paths, and it's a highway or freeway, whatever we want to call that. So as long as we are on the freeway and we are using the GPS or whatever is giving us the guidance to walk on that path, which is the teaching of a guru, I think we should be okay, Rohit. I will stop here. No one else answered. So yes, Sai Satish, please go ahead.
And Swami also says basically the human being is Ananda Papasi. So they are in search for that bliss. And Swami says, even as a calf is born, nobody teaches the calf and guides the calf to the udder of the cow. As soon as the mother cow stops licking the calf that is born, immediately it goes in search of the cow's udder, and then fulfills its thirst. So with the human birth itself, intrinsic nature is to seek that happiness. So the effort will always be there to find, and even as we like what Rohit was saying, with the world, I think everyone again looks for that happiness, but only thing the object through which they gain that happiness, being transitory in nature, it leads them from one to another to another. So, but that one to another will essentially, if the search and the effort is on, will lead them to a lasting one. So that way it will guide us. So just wanted to add that. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Sai. Sitaram.
Hi, Ramana. Just, I think we are saying the same things in different ways. Again, adding few more words to that. I think last week we discussed Swami's discourse, where he said everything in this world has 5 elements: Sat, Chit, Ananda, and Nama and Rupa. I think what Rohit has highlighted or what Satishana has told, the material success that we see is also God. We should not see that different from God. Like the one who realized that he is the self or he or she is the self, such a person would not see a difference between what is material and what is immaterial. Everything is filled with God. Everything is full of Satchit Ananda. And everything of that with awareness, there is Ananda that is coming out. But with an awareness that the Nama and Rupa of that is transient. I think that is what Swami was highlighting in this in the discourse that we all discussed last week in our center. I thought I'll just add one more layer to it. That's all. But Ekam Sat Vipra Bhavda Vadanti. We are not Vipras, but I think it's still being discussed around truth about Swami Sai Ram.
The Vipra is within, and that Vipra will speak.
That is Prem's opening line. Yes.
Thank you very much. I think it's 10 past 10:15. So wonderful discussion. Swami is the one who speaks through all of us, and Swami in us is also listening. May we also cultivate these qualities of Guru and Sishya, and may Swami guide us further. Sai Ram, everyone. We will close the session with Samastaloka prayer and meet next week. Sai Ram. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sai Ram, everyone.
Sai Ram, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.